Good morning, everyone. My name is Luke, and I'm the music director here. And to start off our morning, we're going to have two songs, starting with There's a River Flowing in My Soul, followed by Love Wins. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul. And it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my heart. And it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind. And it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing. There's a river flowing. There's a river flowing in my soul. You might win a battle. You could win a race. You could outrun your rivals. Come in first place. You could lose your center in the push and the shove, or simply surrender and tune into love. Love's lost the contest. It's just who we are. Both the light and the shadow are at home in the heart. Beyond the struggle, there's music to play and songs to be singing at the end of the day. Love wins, love wins. All is well in the end.
choice of songs to start us off with, Luke. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to UCC. My name is Pat Feuer, and I'm very happy to be your lay leader today. A welcome to everyone in the sanctuary and to those joining us via Zoom or YouTube. And a special welcome to our visitors this morning. Thank you for taking a chance and taking the time to walk through our doors or to join us on Zoom or YouTube. If you're curious about our faith, we encourage your questions. We have literature in the lobby as well as in the community room. And please stick around for coffee and conversation. And today is soup day, so we also have soup today after the service. If you're joining us remotely, we encourage you to attend the Zoom coffee hour following the service. Now, images of the congregation may be shared on social media, and if you don't wish to be seen on social media, seats are available at the back of the sanctuary. Please refrain from talking while we are live, as the house microphones may pick up your conversation and then broadcast it to the wider community. Switching your cell phones to airplane mode or turning them off will avoid streaming disruptions. The Little Brick Church on Shaver Road in Portage with the rainbow flag and the Black Lives Matter banner is our home. We believe that love is love, and it is our responsibility to dismantle white supremacy and build an inclusive community that benefits us all. We sit here on the ancestral lands of the Peoria and the Potawatomi peoples. Their elders and their values of wisdom, love, respect, truth, honesty, humility, and bravery are honored by our congregation. Our church is served most Sundays by our consulting minister, Reverend G. Ludwig McCartney. On other Sundays, we host guest ministers, community leaders, or members of our congregation as speakers. And today, Reverend G. will discuss how creativity and imagination can help recalculate our path in life. To learn more about our church, including our programs for children and youth, and other opportunities to connect with us during the week, and believe me, there are many, visit our website, uucommunitychurch.org. And a special thanks to everyone who's helping to make this morning service possible. Our tech team, our musicians, our coffee hosts, our soup chefs, our greeters, and of course you. I do have a few announcements. Some of our favorite justice partners, including Isaac and the Kalamazoo NAACP, hope you will join them at breakfast and bonding in celebration of the National Day of Racial Healing 2026. Come share a meal, connect with neighbors, and be part of a meaningful conversation about racial equity. The gathering will be hosted by the Douglas Community Association on Tuesday, January 20th at 7:30 a.m. And you can visit the Kalamazoo Public Library website for more details and to register. Our next Thoughtful Thursday program on January 29th at 7 p.m. on Zoom will feature a conversation with Ristina Petroskova, the Food Systems Program Coordinator at Kalamazoo Valley Community College's Food Innovation Center. Join us to explore how gardening, food systems, and shared learning help us build resilience through connection, joy, and love for the living world. And there's registration information on our website. We hope you'll join us on Saturday, February 28th, to beat the winter blues with food, music, and community. The evening begins at 5 p.m. with a hearty winter supper featuring vegetarian and meat chili, vegetarian mushroom paprikash, bread, dessert, and a cornbread bake-off where guests help choose the winner. That could be a lot of fun. A cash bar will be available with $5 beers. Tickets are $20. Kids are free. Live music starts at 6 p.m. with Megan Dooley, who is a Kalamazoo-based singer-songwriter known for her rich, genre-bending sound. So mark your calendars now and don't miss the fun. Okay, before we light the chalice, we've got a few words by Betts Wenicky. May this flame symbol of transformation since time began, fire our curiosity, strengthen our wills, and sustain our courage as we seek what is good within and around us. And now we will light the chalice. In the light of truth and the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share. Our reading today is from the book called The Engaged Spiritual Life by Donald Rothberg, and it's actually one of the books that's in our library. Many of us genuinely feel called to a vision of our lives in which inner and outer transformations are connected. Some seem to know their one vocation all their lives, and others find multiple vocations in one life. Some have experiences in which they come to know their callings. Others are guided by elders and mentors. Some require a deep listening, an ability to let go of distractions and busyness, to focus on what might come in silence and stillness. At times, we may need to listen carefully to what brings us alive. We may need to unearth buried gifts, develop gifts that are not yet manifest, or remember one's purpose. Albert Camus, the French writer, suggested to rediscover those one or two images in the presence of which one's heart first opened. Eventually, we discover ourselves afresh as a new kind of being, as said in the African American church song, "I looked at my hands, and my hands looked new. I looked at my feet, and they did too. I started to talk and had a new talk. I started to walk and had a new walk."
I've seen my share of struggle when I thought that I knew best, when I sailed through a storm instead of stopping to rest. And it always seemed the hardest when I made up my stubborn mind. Well, I'm changing my ways this time. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Have you ever seen an eagle head straight into the wind? He doesn't pick a fight, spreads his wings and just gives in. And in the end he always makes it home just fine, 'cause he knows that every storm subsides. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain in the shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. I let nature take its course. No more thinking that I know where this river's meant to go. I have railed against the stars for the cards that I've been dealt, for the lottery I've never won, for the heartache that I felt. But it always seems when I let go, expectations and regret, life has plenty of surprises for me yet. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea.
Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Reverend G, and delighted to have you here in the sanctuary, over on the holy interwebs. Whether you're on Zoom or Facebook or YouTube, you are welcomed here. Thank you all for contributing to our Sunday service. It takes a lot of work, a lot of people working together to make it happen. And Luke, today you really did a fabulous job picking the songs that actually requires me not to even give a talk anymore, because you've been taken to church already. Lately I've been thinking about virtues. And there's two kinds of virtues. There are the curriculum vitae, the CV virtues. It's the one, how we wish to present ourselves, how competent we are, what kind of skills we have honed in through our lives, is how we sell ourselves in this world. This is what I'm capable of. And then there's another set of virtue, the eulogy virtues. And that's how people will remember us. When they stand there, where you're in just a box, whether small because it's ashes or closed because it's a casket. And then in these eulogy virtues, they will speak to our character, is how we impacted them. Good, bad. When our eulogy virtues are presented, that also shows in the number of people who show up on that day. Sometimes few, sometimes many, many, many. But these virtues often, the eulogy and the CV virtues, tend to be different. And I think that an honest walk in life would want to bring those and merge them together. I am reminded of a camping trip this past summer. We went with a 13 and a 14-year-old boy camping. And nighttime came, and we did the thing that humans have done for, 70,000 years. We built a fire. And then the darkness fell, and we watched the embers rise into the darkness. And then we poked the logs like people have done it forever. And then one of the boys looked at me and said, "Gee, tell us a story." And notably, he didn't ask for statistics, didn't ask for facts. He wanted a story. He wanted me to frame the narrative around the darkness. So I told him a story. I told him a story about a monster that came from deep in the earth. And this monster didn't feast on people and flesh and blood. Instead, it feasted on something intangible but oh so important, on joy, on truth, on trust, on compassion. And his hunger was insatiable. And in return, he spread fear. And it changed people. Some people just withdrew into their homes and tended to their own little garden, their own little area, hoping that the monster would never discover their joy. Others decided to join the monster, hoping that the proximity of power would protect them. They traded their integrity for seeming security. And then there was another group in them, something started to just rise. And it boiled. And it fermented. And when it came out, it was a no. And at first it was just a no here, and then it was a no there, one in a valley, one on a mountaintop. But something magic happened. As time went on, these no's grew closer. And they started finding each other. And then they realized that these no's that they were singing, that they were saying, in fact, there were notes to a song. And it became a chorus. And then it became a roar. And it was then I told the boys that things changed. My friends, I believe that we are in a time between a whisper and a roar. And the thing that is fermenting in me, it is no, not with my consent. This cannot and will not happen with my consent. There shall be no killing with my consent. There is a narrative in our country that wants to shape the very culture of our souls. The very culture that we have spent hundreds of years of developing. Our eulogy virtue. It wants to change it. This new narrative wants to say that the winner takes all. And my friends, in a world where the winner takes all, there are only losers. So it is our job to offer a counter narrative. And our counter narrative cannot be just another political move. It has to be a moral formation. It has to come from deep within, from a conviction that is a strong covenant rather than just a commitment. And it has to be louder and more inspiring than the narrative that is trying to shape our culture, our nation, and the entire world at this moment in time. And we have wise people who have come before us who fought similar fights. One of them is Martin Luther King Jr. And he also didn't offer statistics. He didn't offer data. He didn't offer poll numbers. Instead, he painted the beloved community. He said, I see a world where little black boys and little black girls hold hands with little white boys and little white girls, and nobody will care about the color of their skin, but the content of their character, eulogy virtues. He spoke of eulogy virtues. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. And instead of turning bitter, resentful, and revengeful, when he emerged from prison, he spoke of a rainbow nation. And he knew that a white supremacy must not be replaced with a black one. That instead, there needs to be reconciliation. There needs to be a coming together and a forgiveness. And where other people could see no forgiveness, could imagine no forgiveness, him by his very action made it possible, brought it into reality. Gandhi, who fought the great British Empire, stood up against it. And with every thread that he spun, as a testament that they need nothing from the British Empire. They are capable, they are independent, capable of supporting themselves as a nation. With every thread he spun, he removed an obstacle and a cornerstone of the great British Empire. Desmond Tutu, Bishop Desmond Tutu. In South Africa, he said, "No, I don't think that revenge is better than compassion. I don't think that punishment heals a nation better than forgiveness." So he created the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. And he had perpetrator and victim sit down and talk it out. In a world that believes that an eye for an eye is the way to go, he offered a different narrative. A narrative that had hope and a possibility for a collective future together. We have great ones who have gone before us, who have paved roads, who have left breadcrumbs to show us how to do our resistance, to show us what our roar ought to be, what our new narrative needs to be. And you know, it is not without price. It's not without cost. And it is Rene Goodman who paid the ultimate one. Some of us might pay the ultimate price. Some of us just discomfort. But we need to engage. Because the alternative, the cost of allowing the current narrative to go on and succeed, will cost us our shared humanity. So what is this narrative? The better story that we must tell. I think it has to speak of inclusion, that my freedom and your freedom depend on each other. That my well-being and your well-being is so connected that if I don't care about you, I also hurt myself. And we must do what it takes. Go to school board meetings, write to our representatives, march, find ways, create new ways to resist and to roar. And then learn to communicate, bring our no's together. Learn to communicate. Our special interest groups, wherever we apply ourselves to, bring them together. So we present a unified chorus that stands and speaks loud and clear against the current narrative. And I think that there is a no in all of us fermenting. And my friend, if you have voted for this administration, it is okay for you to say no. It is okay for you to admit that you've been duped. That this cannot go on with your consent. This is not what you voted for. You simply believed a lie. And please find your enough and join us. The water is warm. Come on. You can belong with us. There is a community that offers love, compassion, and hope, and a future that can include all, without exception. May our roar be the down payment for the future of that 13 and 14-year-old teenage boy who is looking at us to see where the story goes. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend G. Powerful words. And now it's time for the offering. Your contributions are a tangible commitment to the mission and the vision of UUCC. Each time you give, you renew this commitment. Your support is entwined with all that we believe and all that we do here together. The slide on the screen shows a few ways to give: mailing a check to our building, giving electronically through the church website, using the Venco app on a smartphone or tablet, or you can place a check made out to UUCC in the offering basket as it comes around.
You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged. Oh, I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You could lose sight of it all. The darkness inside you makes you feel so small. But I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors, true colors.
And now it's time to extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Beloved, pavers of the future, makers of hope, possibility, let your true colors shine. And let us create a new story, a good one.